Hello everyone, today we got another custom plushie review. So today, we got Redbear, and we also have Nightmare. So as usual, I'm going to describe the characters to those who aren't aware of them, and then move on to the plushies themselves. So let's start with Redbear, probably the more obscure of the two characters. Redbear is an enemy from FNAF World, where in the game, kinda shares the same model as Shadow Freddy, where except he's red, you know. So basically, I made all of Redbear from scratch except for his hat, his nose, and his bow tie, which I stole off of extra Nightmare Freddy plushie I had running around, you know. Kind of forgot about it until I dug it up recently. And I'll move on to Nightmare later, but as you can see with Nightmare, I of course stole Nightmare Freddy's pupils off of him. So if you've watched my previous plush review of Ghost Freddy and Virtua-Freddy, you probably picked up I'm a pretty big fan of FNAF World, which is obviously why I had to make Redbear here. And of course, you know, I don't exactly establish it in videos, but side videos like ones in the past where I'd, draw. I'd establish Ghost Freddy, Virtua-Freddy, and Redbear as kind of a trio. Obviously, in FNAF World itself, those three characters have nothing to do with each other. But, they're all red, blue, and green bears, my three favorite colors. So since last plush review I was reviewing Ghost Freddy and Virtua-Freddy, it only made sense for me to want to make Redbear as well. If you look at Redbear, you see I gave him, that kind of original Wave 1 Funko Freddy face with the bulging eyes. He's got the big nose that they used to do for Wave 1 and 2 before. For some reason, I think starting around the sister location wave, all the Freddys had smaller noses for some reason. And of course, the eyebrows. Red Bear came out looking pretty good. I mean, he slouches down a little, but, that's not really much of a complaint. I think kinda adds to his character a little. So let's move on to Nightmare. Nightmare, of course, being from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I based his design a little bit in between the Nightmare of Five Nights at Freddy's, the mainline games, as well as a little bit of Adventure Nightmare from FNAF World, judged by I didn't put any withering on his ears. And, I did the Nightmare Freddy look where, with the plushie, he has white eyes and red pupils, where, like I mentioned earlier, I gave him Nightmare Freddy's pupils. And if you look at this plushie, you might notice I did not make this one from scratch. I simply customized a bootleg version of the Blacklight Glamrock Freddy plushie. If you can look at his forehead a little there, you can kind of see Glamrock Freddy's makeup trying to fade in a little. So yeah, I covered up the muzzle, gave him the teeth, gave him the belly teeth, got a few black buttons. It was difficult. The buttons, were difficult for me to do. Not exactly do, but just... I keep finding a lot of pictures of Nightmare online. And depending on the picture, he either has black or white buttons. But I'm pretty sure in the games, he does have black buttons and not white buttons. I think that might be a fan thing, I don't know. But yes, I gave him the yellow bow tie and the yellow hat with the black stripe. Fun fact, I don't know if you've noticed, but Nightmare. Adventure Nightmare does not have the black stripe around his hat that normal Nightmare has. I don't know why I mentioned it, it's just a fun little fact. Like I said earlier, I really like FNAF World. I didn't exactly have any extra noses for him, because obviously the Blacklight Glamrock Freddy would have had a yellow nose. So I just put like a different black fabric over where his nose would be, to make it look like he has a nose. I covered up his feet because obviously they were different colors, and the palms of the hands are also covered up in black felt as well. And the stomach, of course, also as dark gray. But yeah, I guess that's basically all I can say about Redbear and Nightmare. But while I was working on them, I decided to do upgrades to a few other plushies, so I guess I can talk about them in the meantime as well. So one plushie I was doing a little bit of work on last night was Phone Guy. You see, Phone Guy doesn't look too great, because he's probably not exactly my oldest plushie. My oldest FNAF plushie of custom plushies I've ever done was a Balloon Boy plushie around like some of my first videos before the Balloon Boy plushie was announced. But this Phone Guy plushie is still really old. I made him in, I believe, around 2018, because I think I made most of my Five Nights at Freddy's plushies in 2018. You see, before with Phone Guy, I had his phone attached to his head with Velcro, but now I actually, if you can see, he has a magnet in his head now, so that way I can magnet. I have a magnet in his head, so that way the phone can stay on his head, or I can take it off whenever I want to. That's really the only upgrades I made to the Phone Guy plush. But if you've never seen my Phone Guy plush before and you're new to the channel, then yeah, this is Phone Guy. I kind of based his appearance around, Day Shift at Freddy's in the game, where Phone Guy is your manager, I think. And he's just a guy with a phone head. He's kind of flat. He's not exactly flat, but he's also not exactly three-dimensional either. This was in an era of plushies where, for some reason, I liked using foam. Or basically, this guy is just all foam. Obviously, you can't hear it, but I'm squeezing him, and the foam is making foam noises. As in foam, not phone. But yeah, since I'm going to be using Phone Guy in videos a little bit more than I expected, I thought he deserved a little upgrade. Plus, the Velcro I was using for his phone head kind of peeled off. One side peeled off halfway to where the part that isn't Velcro was there, but the Velcro itself was not. And then the other one just kind of stuck to the phone part and didn't stay on the head part. So obviously I removed the Velcro, or covered it, kind of both, and then replaced it with the magnet. And there was one more plushie I was working on that I kind of wanted to show off a little bit of the upgrades for. Obviously this is a plushie that I've already made before, but here's Electrobab. I know, Electrobab, it's a random character to make upgrades for, but basically there's a little bit of a story. You see, Electrobab kinda got near one of my cats, and his face did not make it, so I kinda rebuilt Electrobab using the same way I made Bitty Bab. So obviously, Electrobab doesn't look too impressive because I stuck to the old style I used for Electrobab, just obviously with new parts. So yeah, Electrobab is just two pieces of felt stuck together for each part. The body and the head are two parts. The arms and legs are all one parts. Electrobab I kind of have the least to say about, because, it's Electrobab. Electrobab isn't really important, just sister location, custom night, sister location, custom night, not ultimate custom night. Electrobab wasn't in that, I think. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my small little plush review about Redbear and Nightmare, and then obviously taking the little side comment about Phone Guy and Electrobab. So anyway, I hope you look forward to seeing these guys in videos, in the case of Nightmare and Redbear. Obviously, if you've been on the channel before, you've seen Phone Guy and Electrobab in videos. But, I hope you look forward to seeing them again too. So anyways, I should probably let you guys go. I got more videos to work on with the plushies, and got more plushies to make, I guess. Like, I got a few bootlegs of the other Security Breach characters in their blacklight forms. I want to figure out what to do with them. Like I said, I used Glamrock Freddy to make Nightmare, but I don't really know what to do with the other guys. So if you guys have any ideas for them as well, I'd actually love to hear some suggestions. But I'll let you guys go.